Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to another episode of the Qyssa podcast. It is supported by...
This is season 3 and we're bringing you a series of episodes about beauty within. We're going to be talking to influencers, stylists and people in the fashion industry.
Our first guest is Dana Zubari. She's an influencer, she's an entrepreneur and she is the founder of so many different initiatives. But what we love the most, that she is unapologetically herself.
Hi, I am Dana Zubari. I'm a mother of an 11-year-old daughter called Layla. I've been married for 17 years. I would say I'm an accidental influencer because I never opened my platform for influencing people in sports and lifestyle, but it just so happens God had that plan for me. I'm also a founder of True Active, which is a beautiful sportswear line that is between me and my sister. We have Arabic calligraphy done by my dad on our leggings. Also, I am a co-founder of Cycling Bees. We ride once a month with Sara Samak, who is the other co-founder. And I'm the founder of Let Us Run. It is a social running / walking group only for women. Honestly, when I started in 2017. A lot of people were very negative, especially the people around me. I remember people used to make fun of me. They would say, "Who are you talking to? Who are your followers? No one's following you." Keep in mind, I'm very uncensored. I say how I feel. And I remember getting a lot of my friends who are no longer my friends, to be honest with you. You got to sift through these people. Because people that don't support you from the beginning, they were your haters, they weren't your friends. They used to tell me big brands would never hire me because I said bad words, I dressed provocatively, I just did things that were just unconventional to an Arab woman. And people don't like that because people want you to stick to the mold. They want you to be exactly what they want to perceive an Arab woman to be. But I'm not that. I'm an Arab woman, but I'm a modern Arab woman. I'm a person that have big ideas and I love running and I love pushing my body to the limit. But I'm not saying that this is not what Arabs want. But just my lifestyle in general, the way I lived my life is not a typical Arab lifestyle. The fact that I'm not conventional is because I grew up in Kuwait. I went to an American school where they really, really tried to get you to think outside of the box, to be an individual. Also, my parents always encouraged me to just do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing what other people want you to do, people will always have an opinion. So do what makes you happy. I believe that if I am not harming anyone, then I will do whatever I want to do. So I really don't care about people's opinions. I do not feel embarrassed. I can turn into a crowd and have a full conversation with complete strangers that I don't know because I feel confident. This is who I am. And if you don't like it, it's okay. I realized once mothers started coming up to me a few years back and they told me, you know, my teenager follows you. And that's when you really have to think, what are you showing the girls? What are you telling women on your platform? What are you saying that is okay or not okay? So for me, that was a turning point for me because I felt that not only was I getting teenagers, there were people that were telling me, my mom, my grandma follows you. They absolutely love you. So not only did I get the demographic of youth, but I also got the older, more mature demographic. And that's when I knew people did care about my opinion. And that's when I knew my opinion does matter because I like to give advice on what's good for your health. I feel like I can't be bought. I genuinely believe that if you tolerate everything, you stand for nothing. In everything that I do, what you see on social media is how I conduct my life. I can't tell you to go be healthy and take care of yourself and prioritize your health when you yourself don't do it on a daily basis. It's like second nature, because for me, it's not fake. It's who I am. I do take care of myself. I do prioritize my health. And because I prioritize my health, I respect myself and I become more confident and I become more disciplined. And all of that is reflected in my line of work with social media, as well as for my daughter. My daughter is an overachiever because she sees her mother as a standard. Like, the standard isn't low. The standard is actually quite high. When you grow up seeing a high standard and you're held to a high standard, then others will follow. You know, there's so many women that message me and they say, you know, we're in bed and we're like, oh, I'm feeling lazy. And then they scroll and they see that I've already started running an hour ago or 2 hours ago. And they think she's already ran. She made breakfast for her daughter. She already cooked lunch and it's 8 o'clock. What am I doing? I should do something. And I feel like that motivates people. There are so many people that stop me on the road, women and men, by the way, that tell me, you know, because I watch your stories, I was motivated to join the gym. And you know what? I signed up for like a 5-kilometer race and it brings me so much joy. It really does. So for me, I feel like my platform actually makes people healthy and makes people aware of their health. And I also always use my platform for women in specific, because now I'm turning 43 February 2nd. So I am entering perimenopause. I am. It's just the fact of life. And no one talks about it. And I always tell women, like, if you're going into perimenopause, these are the supplements you should be taking. By the way, I'm not making any money out of these supplement companies, but I really do look for the best supplements. I want to reverse age. I don't want to say, I want to put like all these products into my face or whatever. I want to reverse age from within. And the best way to reverse age is weight training, VO2 max, so like sprints. So those are two things that I highly recommend to ladies, like weight train, weight train, weight train, sprint, sprint, sprint. So if you can do those two combination, then also increase your protein intake, lower your carb intake. I'm not saying don't eat carbs, because I eat carbs. I've completely cut out refined sugar from my diet. I have a date, but I will never eat ice cream or cake or anything that's processed. I try not to have that. Fourth thing, supplements, collagen, creatine, omega-3s, vitamin D. I'm out in the sun all the time and I'm not deficient. I'm in the healthy range, but I'm at the bottom. You want to be really at the top or in the middle so that you really reap the benefits. It helps with your mood. It helps with your energy levels. It helps with your joints. There are some people that are telling me, my joints hurt. I tell them, go check your vitamin D. They said, we checked our vitamin D. We're deficient. I told them, go either get the shot or take the supplements, but do it. You want to sleep better, take magnesium. So these are my advice to women, and that's what I love repeating to women on my social media. I like sharing recipes. I like sharing the fact that eating healthy is not difficult, and it's not, a diet. It's a lifestyle. Make your food. Make it healthy. By the way, healthy doesn't mean no oil. I love cooking in oil. I cook in fat. It's delicious. It's just the balance of carbs, fats, and protein. And that's like a little song and dance that you have to balance, and you have to see what your body does better with. You have put on a bit of weight. You don't want to affect your knees. So what I would do is weight training and incorporate minimum of 10 to 15,000 steps. And honestly, count the carbs. We actually consume a lot more carbs than we should be consuming. And then when we're heading towards perimenopause, your stomach starts here. The weight distribution changes in your body. Instead of being in the hip, it starts circulating around the waist. Someone told me my platform has bipolarity because I will post about animals being rescued. I will post about women who are starting their businesses or things that I find interesting. Not everything has to be about money. So same with Let Us Run, for example. I remember a lady approached me and she's like, why aren't you monetizing from Let Us Run? Just take some money from them. And I said, okay, but why should I take money from them? She said, it's okay, just take from them and give it to a charity. But why? I'm giving back to the community. So for me, I genuinely believe like this is my ethos. This is really how I function as a human being. And I've always done this. I love giving back to the community. I feel if every person actually gave back 1% of their time. By the way, 1% is nothing. Someone like you asking me, why would you repost me? I'm not paying you and it's just a favor. Yeah, but you know what? Me reposting you might help you get more followers, might help you. Why not? How much did it cost me? It cost me nothing. Clicking a button cost me nothing. So a lot of the animal rescuers, when they contact me, you know, they say, please post a video or please reshare this. I do, because at the end of the day, if I don't have ads and things like that lined up, why not? Why not help the community? Why not help the animals? Why not help other entrepreneurs that just started out? Why not? This is how I feel. I feel, why not help? If everybody just helped a little bit, the world would be in such better shape. And there are times where I do feel drained. And I think it's because I do give a lot of positive energy, even if it is through a screen. I like giving out positive energy. Even when I meet people for a short period of time, they're like, ah, I love this. I feel like I'm getting my vitamin D being vitamin Dana, because I feel great after spending some time with you. Because it's nice giving out positive energy, but then sometimes you have to just take a break and say, okay, now I just need to protect my aura, take a regroup and start again. I love using humor. I'm a funny person. In general, I love cracking jokes. I like making fun of myself. I like making fun of other people. And I feel when people don't take themselves seriously, people are more likely to watch you when you're funny. Sometimes some people don't get my sarcasm. Like when I say, I'm so skinny, I only eat lettuce. There were a lot of people that would send me very distressed messages saying, you know, some people were saying what you're doing is so unhealthy. And I was like telling them, my body doesn't look like someone that just eats lettuce. She eats meat, she eats everything, she eats rice. But it's just sarcasm. And then we even made some shirts that says, I'm so skinny, I only eat lettuce. And I had a girl send me an essay saying that I'm promoting anorexia. And I was like, you don't understand my content. But you know what? My sense of humor might not be for everyone, but the people that do enjoy it really do enjoy it. It takes a team. At the end of the day, I have my sister that supports me. I have my husband really does support me in a sense that when I go running in the morning, there are times where he gets Layla up and he is the one who makes breakfast, and it's kind of him. But at the same time, it's his child. We have this community where everything is just on the woman, as if the woman just immaculately just had a baby out of air, which is not true. The husband is a partner at the end of the day. And I feel like it is a partnership because there are some things that I'm good at and there are some things that he's good at. And I can't be good at everything. Does my husband support me? Yes, 100%. Does he want to be on my social media? No. He's a very private person. My daughter, now that she is older, I do ask her for permission before I post her. And actually, because social media and stories and all of this was so new, I think in hindsight, I might have not filmed my daughter and me together as content when she was younger. I'm being honest with you. So that's my, I wouldn't say a regret, but that is something that I'm very conscious of now. Even when I do, if you do see me filming with other people's children, I ask for permission from the parents before I decide to post anything. And plus, even when I'm posting other people on my social media, I'm actually very aware, because I've realized this is a very new, it's a new market, and we actually don't know what the side effects are in the future for the children. So I don't know what the videos of my daughter being in the realm of internet for the rest of her life might affect her when she is 30 or 40 years old. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I did co-found with Sarah Samak, and I think the reason why our partnership, now keep in mind my partnership with True Active is with my sister. So I can never hate my sister. We can fight with each other and go have coffee in 5 minutes, and my mom thinks we're nuts. But that's just sisterhood. Sarah Samak and I have been partners since 2016. We're now in 2026, so it's been a decade. And I think the reason why we survive is because you gotta let go of your ego. If there's newspaper articles and things coming up, and if she's spotlighted and I'm not, I'm okay with that. The reason why I'm okay with it is because she is one of the main founders. She did a lot of the legwork. She took a look at the routes. Her car was the one that was being used for the escort car. The bicycles are from her. So I can't take away from her work and get mad and say, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. Because at the end of the day, we did start it together, and she does care about my opinion. But at the end of the day, she is one of the bigger leaders, and I'm okay with not taking the spotlight. You don't have to be number one in everything. With some of my other partnerships, it wasn't successful because I was getting a lot of the recognition and she wasn't. And so it upset her. And then she just completely ignored the whole initiative, which is totally fine. It takes a really big person to be able to be okay with saying someone else did a lot of the work, they should get the credit. I'm one of those people where I give credit to where credit is due. Lots of times, even with True Active, a lot of times I get interviewed as if it was my brainchild. True Active, everything was done by my sister, Dana Zubari. I funded it, I wore it, I had a social media presence. Because I was older, they wanted to always have me for the interviews. They wanted to have me at the summits or the platforms. And I would always tell them, listen, it's my sister who's also equally as involved with it. But because also my sister was saying, you know what, I'd rather not face the people. I'd rather you take credit for the things that I've done. So it is a balancing act, but I always give credit where credit is due. So if I've done the work, I'll say I've done the work. But if I didn't do the work, I'm not gonna be like standing in the front asking people to take photos of me when I didn't do any of the work. Basically, I want women to take this out of what you see on social media. I want you to be unapologetic about who you are. Because at the end of the day, people will always have an opinion of what you're doing. negative, positive, whatever it is, as long as you feel confident with what you're doing. I think as women, we always sacrifice in order for our families to thrive. That is wrong. We've been taught this, and I feel like it's a scam. You need to prioritize you, because at the end of the day, your children are going to go to college, they're going to get married, and they're going to move on with their lives. And you're going to think to yourself, I didn't create friendships, I didn't harness any hobbies, I didn't take care of my health because I was prioritizing everyone else but me. And then you're left at home and you're in your mid-60s, 70s, 80s, and you think to yourself, what do I have to show for it? Okay, great, you raised your kids, they went to college, and then what? So this is not even for women like in the career space. I'm just talking for women that are housewives. Do have hobbies. Do prioritize your health. Do prioritize your female friendships. Because a lot of times women get married and they're like, my husband's my life. And I'm sorry, your husband one day might leave you. And then what? And then what? And I've seen it. So harness those female friendships, because those female friendships are the real friendships. And I'm not talking like the friendships where they're going to come and have coffee with you and blah, 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 gossip. No, that's a waste of time. You want friendships that elevate you, that push you, that make you be the best version of yourself. Just like when I was talking about the friendships that used to say bad things about what I wanted to do and they used to put me down, those girls, they are no longer my friends. They are no longer a part of my circle. The people that are in my circle are people that look at me and they're like, Dana, you can achieve, you can be the best version of yourself, and I'm going to help you do it. They're not going to be like, oh, let's stay out, let's not train tomorrow. No, they're going to be like, you go to bed, we're training tomorrow. They want you to show up for yourself, and you want those people. You want to start your career, you want to start a business, you want a friend that tells you, let's go, let's work on a business plan, let's look at spaces, let's find a strategy. Not, let's go have coffee and just gossip about other people. It's boring, it's a waste of time. I absolutely love Qyssa in Arabic and Qyssa in Pakistani. I absolutely love them because they are highlighting boss babes that are shaking the world, either in Pakistan or in Bahrain. They are really, really elevating the female community here in Bahrain and in Pakistan.
Thank you for watching this episode in our series, Beauty Within. We really hope you enjoyed it and learned something about internal beauty.
Thank you for all the love that you've given to Qyssa. If you're still not following us, please do on Qyssa_ on YouTube and on Instagram.